me tell this 21 Savage sewage that Nas is my favorite rapper, along with Rakim. I just saw KRS-One in Cypress Hill last week.
Oh, yeah?
These are gods of hip-hop. And you're disrespecting Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, you know what I'm saying, the Treacherous 3, Kool Moe D, LL Cool J, when DJ Academics opened his mouth. Russell Simmons had to tell him, I don't even know who you are, but you need to quit disrespecting the architects.
Yeah.
The reason why you're making money is for people in the Bronx that had no money, created something out of oppression, and you're making money out of it. You mumble-rapping piece of shit. Let me tell you something. And I'm not knocking him as a person.
20, I like 21 as a rapper.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I do like him as a rapper.
That's great. But Busta Rhymes, all these guys that are still rhyming, I want to battle between our old school, because remember, Jay-Z's on our side too.
Yeah.
And you remember what happened to Machine Gun Kelly. He got out of rap after Eminem came out of his cage.
It'll be a generational thing, though.
What are you talking about?
It'll be generational, so like we might like the Jay-Z's better.
No,
then you'll have a whole generation who like.
We want them things
Yeah.
against us. It's gonna be two universes, all right? And we're gonna battle them. You don't ever, that's sacrilege to talk about Nas like that, buddy. Stick with your little Nas X. Stick with that guy.
I wanted to.
I'm not knocking those guys, but stick with those. How dare he name himself
Let
Lil
me ask you a
Nas?
question though, Godfrey. What's going?
It's all these little head, little feet, little eye, little talent.
We had littles too, though.
Yeah.
We had littles. We
You
had
have
littles.
some Lil Wayne I like.
Lil Bow Wow.
I like
John,
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Bow Wow.
Lil John.
She said Lil
Lil
Bow
Bow
Wow.
Wow. I'm messing. I love, but I think we're probably the only culture that disrespects our elders. Everyone else respects them, except us. What is that? And we publicly always shame ourselves. Enough with that, black folks. Enough. All right, you're doing an art form that's old. It's not new. You didn't recreate rap.
And for context, 21 Savage has been out for 7 years. If you talk about like his first album drop versus Nas 30.
30!
Literally, 1991 is when his
King's
mixtape
Disease just came out. His third one
Exactly.
came out.
So why does the Latino vote differ so much from the black vote?
Because we got our own white people.
Oh.
And people don't understand that
Okay.
we have all, and the assimilation possibility for Latinx, Latin people is higher. People can come from other parts of Latin America, marry white, as like they're told to do, assimilate and assume a white identity that black people cannot escape from. So they will continue to vote in that way because to them, that's upward mobility. And unfortunately for us, success means being patted on the back. Not all of us, because y'all gonna go crazy on Twitter. I ain't got a Twitter, so it's okay. But they get the pat on the back from white people, and they feel like that's what being American is.
Damn.
And that colorism is real in our community. It is real.
Donald Trump became the worst version of himself when he sat behind the Lincoln desk in the Oval Office. That power went to his head because he doesn't want to be the president of the United States. He wants to be the dictator, the monarch, the autocrat. That's what he wants to be, and that's what we have to stop.
Candace Owens, and I'm going to say this, and she can send a cease and desist all she wants to. She intentionally used Kanye to boost that documentary. Period. End of discussion. He needed somebody to go against Kim. She put out the videos all summer long about Kim Kardashian to go after Kim for Ray J and Kanye, and that was what was the quid pro quo, Trump style, to support that documentary. It's a damn shame, and it's wrong. And for her to do an entire movie that really talks about white tears, some of them, and again, I encourage people to watch it to see. The entire documentary was about how white people were affected with the protests. They literally had one part and they said, oh my God, they made a pinata about you getting beat. Oh my God, how could that happen? The nerve of you to put their pain of a damn pinata being beat over George Floyd getting murdered in the streets.
That's right.
She should be sued, and anybody that rock with her should be sued, and she deserves to get what we call in the hood a fade.
As a community, we're not responsible for Kanye and his antics, but we have tolerated them because we're a protectionist community. We step outside somebody that's in his position that has given us good music. We have provided cover for this individual for a very long time. So in some ways, Unlike in the Jewish community, it's certain shit that's just not gonna ride.
Right,
In the
word
gay community, there's certain things that are not gonna ride. We do not have that same attitude about in terms of holding each other accountable. Like, far as I'm
Slavery wasn't a choice, but our protection of you was.
That's right.
Amen.
I'm gonna start with you, Brandon. Will Kim go back to black men or are we safe?
Well, first, I think that's a great question for you. Is it is it true once you go black, you never go back?
No, but you go back and forth.
There are people who have power that is largely symbolic. She is certainly one of them, but we should not ignore the power of that symbolism. I also think it's important for us to understand that in her role of symbolic power, British colonized 30% of Africa. So even when we talk about your mother who adored the queen, we have to understand black people's infatuation with systems of power that have also abused us. I want to just dig deeper into the fact that these folks who are priding themselves on sending not just busloads, but also now plane loads of immigrants to and migrants to countries or to states that have not and are not expecting them.
I thought they were sanctuary cities, though.
It doesn't matter. When you haven't talked to these folks about what your plans are and you're dropping it, it is a political game for them.
I agree.
And how are you gonna tout the Bible? You're the Bible-beating Christian governors. I'm just curious about what kind of Christianity they're practicing. You want to talk about Democrat hypocrisy? I want to call the Republicans on bluff too.
He's doing something that happens in politics all the time. George Bush benefited from it. You do try to lower the expectations on your own performance and campaign.
That's really Herschel Walker. That's it. I know you want. I know you're a political analyst, but I'm a Negro from the streets. He dumb.
I don't know why half the men do what they do, but I know women better get out here and start cheating too. See, that's why we ain't going nowhere, because you bitches got quiet. If somebody cheating on you, I'm cheating on you, everybody cheating. And we'll meet up on Thursday and get together. Thursday will be our relationship day, since you can't stop cheating and neither can I. He was killing black men. And so this is another point that we have to talk about. When it is talking about black people and the shit we got to go through, then all of a sudden people want to turn it into a television show. This was a black person doing something like that, they would not make it so sweet and so find him and where he is and all this nonsense.
And I also wouldn't equate Fox News and MSNBC. I mean, one is a propaganda network that traffics in hate, and the other
Stand up for
is
MSNBC.
I just mean
people live in their bubbles.
Yeah, I agree.
And they want to hear what they already believe.
Yes, but one bubble is just complete bullshit. Another is actual journalism and reporting, as you know, as a reporter. And I wouldn't say that it's the wild, wild west of free speech. It's the wild, wild west of hate speech.
Mike, you know, you got a lot of flack when you met with Brian Kemp, but some great things have come of that, though, right?
Both of them pray to white Jesus. That's always nice. I just want to say that. And I just say that because much of the stuff that's been used to malign Walker to black men has been used to malign Warnock. And it's just, I don't like for black people to go for that. So when we're talking about moral objectivity, most politicians ain't shit and they're whores for money.
That's right.
And that's just what it is. So,
but then don't vote them in.
But the question
it's up to us. We vote them
which
in.
prostitute is working my strip for me? So when you go vote, think about that in terms of pimping, because I don't trust nobody that pray to white Jesus. I don't care who.
Well, Mike, what pimp are you going to vote for?
I'm a player, man. I'm going to hold my vote. You know what I mean? But what I say is, look for the quality of work that they're giving your community, not the personality.
That's right.
We need policy. We don't need any more political personality. It's not the Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington football team. I don't care which team wins. I care that my community
I do. I'm a Cowboys fan. But no, I agree. I like what you said, though. It's not about the who, it's the what.